Hello students, today I will take class on the topic of trachoma. Trachoma, it is also a eye disorder and it will comes under infectious disorder. So in this we will discuss what is trachoma and what are the signs and symptoms, what are the epidemiology which will be comes under this trachoma and how it will be, means how much this disease is serious and how it will be treat how it will be means how we will treat this disorder. Then trachoma. Trachoma is leading infectious cause of ocular morbidity. So trachoma, I have already told you that this trachoma, it is a leading infectious cause of ocular morbidity. It ranks in the top 3 causes of blindness in worldwide. Means if the patient is having the problem of trachoma, and because of this trachoma only, the person is having the problem of blindness also. So it is the top 3 causes of blindness in worldwide. Repeat infections with the organisms, the which organisms, the chlamydia and trachomatis, leads to conjunctival inflammation and scarring, trichiasis, and ultimately blinding corneal opacification. Means when the person is having the problem of repeated infection with chlamydia and trachomatis, and when the person is having this repeated infection, so in that time the patient is complaining that the patient is having the problem of conjunctival inflammation, and because of this conjunctival inflammation the patient is having scarring, trichiasis, and ultimately the patient is having the problem of blinding, and it will be occur because of corneal which will be opacified, and it will be occur because of infection. The next is trachoma. It is an ancient disease. Ancient disease means it is a oldest disease, or in previous days the persons they were having the problem of this type of diseases. It will be described clearly in Ebers papyrus of 1500 BC and well known to the ancient Greeks. So the name comes from Greek word for rough, a reference to the characteristic appearance of the subtarsal conjunctiva seen when the upper eyelid of an individual with active disease is averted. So this will be comes the name which will be comes from the Greek word which will be for rough, a reference to the characteristic appearance of the subtarsal conjunctiva which will be seen in the upper eyelid. Then definition. So trachoma, it is a chronic conjunctivitis due to repeated infection with chlamydia and trachomatis. Means that trachoma, it is a chronic, when the person is having the problem of repeated episode of conjunctivitis, and the conjunctivitis which will be occur in the stage of chronic, and why it will be occur due to repeated infection, and the causative organism of the of this infection, that is chlamydia and trachomatis. Then next is the epidemiology. In epidemiology, you will see trachoma is leading causes of preventable in irreversible blindness in the world. In introduction only I have told you that trachoma, it is a leading cause of preventable in irreversible blindness. Means it is a third cause of the blindness in worldwide. The World Health Organization which will be reports trachoma is endemic to more than 50 countries, with most blinding trachoma in Africa. It is responsible for the visual impairment of about 2.2 million people, of whom 1.2 million are irreversibly blind. Then next is the age. The prevalence of active disease which will be peaks in preschool children and declines to low level in adulthood. Means this disease which will be prevalence in means the peak time for this disease, it will be preschool, it will be occur in preschool children, and declines to low level in adulthood. In contrast to the sign of active disease, the prevalence of trachomatis conjunctival scarring increase with the age. But when the age which will be increases, in that time the prevalence which will be increases, then reflecting the cumulative nature for the damage, and it will be also reflecting the cumulative nature of the damage of the eye. Then next is the gender. Clinically active trachoma generally occur with equal prevalence, means it will be not common, more common in male or female. It will be equal prevalence in male and female children. However, in most areas, women are more frequently affected by blinding complications than men. About 75% of tracheasis and corneal blindness cases are comes from the women, probably due to their age, uh, due to their greater lifetime exposure to conjunctival trachomatis infection through contact with children. Means in this gender, it will be telling that the distribution of the gender which will be equal in children, but sometimes the females which will be more affected. Why the female which will be more affected? Because probably due to their greater lifetime. Means the females which will be having greater lifetime, and they will be exposed to the conjunctival trachomatis infection through contact. Means the females which will be more contact in the with the children, so they may be developing the chance of this trachomas. Then next is family based disease. Then climate, it will be more common in the dry and dusty weather. Then socioeconomic status, more common in poor classes due to overcrowding, poor hygiene, flies, or paucity of water. So in these reasons also the person may be developing the chance of this trachoma. Then 5 F's and 5 D's, means what are the causes and what are the means the symptoms. So because of flies, means in socioeconomic status we have already seen that if the areas which will be contaminated, and filth means dirt or waste products which will be present in our environmental area. Then feces, human feces, if the human feces which will be present in outside, and the children's which will be played in that area, so in that condition also the children's may be having the problem of trachoma or infections. Then fingers, uh, if the children's they are not maintaining the proper hygiene. Then vomitus, means handkerchief, pillows, if these all things contaminated, so in that time also the person may be developing the chance of trachoma. Then 5 Ds, in 5 days you will see discharges which will be from the eye. If the patient is having the problem of trachoma, in that time the patient is having the problem of discharge, dust, dryness, dung, animals density. So because of this overcrowding, so because of this also the person is having the problem of this trachoma. So because of dust, also because of dryness in the eyes, and it is not sign and symptoms, it is also means risk factors. So because of animals, because of density, overcrowding, so these all things which will be creating the trachoma. Then what are the modes of infection? So infections may spread from eye to eye. Any of the following modes, means the mode which will be different. So first is the direct spread. So in direct spread you will see that direct spread of infections occur through contact by airborne or waterborne infection. So it will be occur because of airborne or waterborne infections. It will be comes under the direct space. Then vector transmission. So in vector transmission of trachoma is common through flies. Means because of flies, when the flies they were sitting here and there, so because of this the person is having the problem of infection, or it is also comes under the mode of infection. The housefly is mucus musca domestica of order Diptera. So this house fly which will be causing this trachoma. The next is the material transfer. Material transfer means play an important role in the spread of trachoma. This material transfer, it's play an important role in the spread of trachoma. Material transfer can occur through contaminated finger of doctor. Means if the contaminated finger of doctor or nurses and the contaminated tonometers, means tonometers in which we will examine. So other sources of material transfer of infection are use of common towel, handkerchief, bedding, and surma rods. So these all are comes under the material transfer. So these are the modes of infection. Because of this also the patient is having the problem of this trachoma. Then trachoma to blindness, means how the person is having the problem of trachoma to blindness. So in this you will see, first is the poverty. So in poverty you will see crowding, means if the people is poor, in that time they are living in a crowding place, they are decrease the water supply, they are not having the proper sanitation. Then because of this crowding they will sleep together, decrease water supply in this family, knowledge, attitude, practice, this will be also affected. Then if the this sanitation which will be in the outside, so because of this the flies which will be present. So because of these reasons, lack of facial cleanliness, means yeah, if the person is not able to means if the person is not having the proper living area or the proper environmental area, so in that time it will be they will be not maintaining their cleanliness. So because of this infection and reinfection, so because of this the baby or the children, they are having the problem of infection and infection which will be recurrent. Then because of this trachomatis inflammation, and because of this trachomatis inflammation, follicular and intense, the follicles which will be intense. Then trachomatis conjunctival scarring. So because of this the trachomatis conjunctival scarring, means the scar which will be present, means if the person is having the problem of recurrent inflammation and the follicles which will be intense, means tough. So because of this the scarring which will be developed, and because of this the trichiasis and corneal opacity which will be occur. So because this is the reason of the blindness. So this sees, means how the person which will be having the problem of trachoma to blindness. Then next is the clinical features. So in clinical feature you will see that clinically trachoma is subdivided into active, early, and cicatricial, means late stage disease. These phases are not stages along a linear pathway of disease pathogenesis. Both phases may coexist in the same patient, means clinically this trachoma is subdivided, means it will be subdivided in two types. First is the active, means the early phase, and the second one is the late stage. But this disease, these phases are not stage, means this phases it's not comes under the stage along the linear pathway of the disease, which will be, means when we will see the pathogenesis, in that time both phases may coexist in same patient. The next is the symptoms. Many infections are asymptomatic, means the patient is not showing any symptoms. In other cases, following an incubation period of 5 to 10 days, means in this infection the patient which will be showing the incubation period which will be 5 to 10 days. Then conjunctival infection which will be produces an irritated, means the patient is complaining that the patient is having the problem of irritation in the eye, the patient is having the problem of redness in the eye. Then the patient is having scanty mucopurulent discharge which will be comes from the eye, and because of this the person is not able to see properly. Then involvement of the cornea in the acute inflammatory process can cause pain and photophobia. So in these all things, the cornea which will be also involved. So because of this acute inflammatory process, the cornea which will be involved, and because of cornea which will be involved, it will be causing the pain and photophobia. Then next is the sign of conjunctiva. In this you will see the patient is having the problem of follicular conjunctivitis, then conjunctival scarring, the scar formation which will be occur in the conjunctiva. Then the limbal follicles which will be present in the patient's eye. Then Herbert Spreets which will be also present. The next is the cornea. In cornea, you will see that the patient is having the problem of corneal ulcer and the corneal opacity. The next is the lids. In lids, the patient is having the problem of entropion, and the patient is also having the sign of trichiasis. So in this, you will see that the patient is having the problem of entropion. So in entropion, you will see the patient is having the problem of, I mean, say it is a medical condition which will be occur in the lower eyelid, which will be folds inward, and it is very uncomfortable as the eyelashes which will be continuously rub against the cornea, which will be causing the irritation. And this entropion is usually caused by the genetic factor, so it is called as a entropion. Then next is the trichiasis. Trichiasis means it is also a problem which will be occur in the eye. So it is ingrowth or introversion of the eyelids. So this comes under the lids. Then first sign of infection is non-specific vasodilatation of conjunctival blood vessel. Then next is the follicles. Follicles which will be developed uh, subjacent to the conjunctiva of the fornix, the tarsal plate, and the limbus. Means in follicles, you will see that it will be developed. It will be developed in the sub-adjacent to the conjunctiva of the fornix, and the tarsal plate, which will be also affected, and the limbus, which will be also affected. The next is the papillae. Papillae may also be noted at this stage. In mild cases, a few isolated small red dots can be seen with the naked eye when inflammation is severe. But in this, you will see when the patient is having the problem of severe inflammation, so in that condition, an intense papillary reaction of the tarsal conjunctiva is associated with a diffuse thickening of the conjunctiva. So it will be affecting the thickness of the conjunctiva, so it will be diffuse the thickening of the conjunctiva. Then obscuration of deep tarsal vessels, and sometimes eyelid edema. So these all signs which will be seen in the patient who are having the problem of trachoma. If the cornea is involved in the inflammatory process, a superficial punctate keratitis may be noted. So if the cornea means in previous slide also we have already seen that the cornea is also involved. So if the cornea is involved in the inflammatory process, so the patient is having the problem of superficial punctate keratitis may be noted. Then superficial infiltration pannus means subepithelial cells which will be also affected. Infiltration of the fibrovascular tissue into the peripheral cornea, it will be also indicate that the patient is having the problem of corneal inflammation. The next is the follicles, papillae, and these corneal sign of features of active diseases. So this is the picture of the pannus. In this, you will see infiltration of the cornea is a head of vessels. Then this is regressive, this is progressive pannus, and this is regressive pannus. So in this picture, you will see this is the regressive pannus. In this, the vessels extend beyond the area of the infiltration. Then resolution of follicles may be accompanied by scarring of the subepithelial conjunctiva. Means when the resolution which will be occur of the follicles, so it will be accompanied by scarring. Means it will be turn by scarring of the means subepithelial conjunctiva. It will be turned by the scar tissues. Then scar deposition is most prominent in the upper tarsal plate. So in this, you will see when the scarring which will be occur in the subepithelial conjunctiva. So because of this, the scar deposition which will be occur, and it is most prominent in the upper tarsal plate. So this Arts line, what is this Arts line? It is a horizontal line that result from conjunctival scarring at the junction of the anterior 1/3 and posterior 2/3 of the conjunctiva. Means it is the junction, means it is joining this two portions. So which portions? It will be joining the anterior 1/3 and posterior 2/3 of the conjunctiva. So it is called as a Alt's line. Then it is characteristic finding on the superior pretarsal conjunctiva. At this limbus replacement of follicles by scar results in the formation of translucent depressions in the corneoscleral junction, that is called as Herbert-Spitz. Means when the limbus, which will be replacement of the follicles by scar, means the follicles which will be replaced by the scar, which will be results as the formation of the translucent depression in the corneoscleral junction, it is called as a Herbert-Spitz. So this is the picture. So this is the trachomatis inflammation, and in this you will see the follicles which will be changed, the diameter of the follicles which will be also changed. It will be 0.5 mm in diameter. Here you will also see the patient is having the problem of inflammation. It is intense, is pronounced, it is inflammatory, thickened of the, this is upper eyelid. So upper tarsal conjunctiva that obscure more than one half the normal deep tarsal vessel. In this picture also you will see the scarring. This is scarring which will be easily visible scar in the tarsal conjunctiva. Then this is trachomatis tracheasis is defined as presence of at least one eyelash rubbing on the eyeball of evidence of recent removal of the torn lashes. Then next is the management. The World Health Organization in the year 1997 formed an alliance to work towards the global elimination of trachoma by the year of 2020. So the alliance promote the use of safe strategy for trachoma control. So what is the full form of this SAFE? The first one is the surgery, second is antibiotic, third one is the facial cleanliness, and fourth one is the environmental improvement. So first we will deal with the surgery. So in surgery you will see some advocate early surgery when one or more lashes touch the eye, whereas other practice epilation until more severe trachomatis which will be trachoma which will be developed. As the progression of the trachoma can be quite swift in some people, where access to ophthalmic services is limited, surgery for mild disease is a logical approach. Means if the patient is having mild disease, so in that time the surgeon, they have to decide that they have to perform a surgery, and it is a logical approach. A major problem which will be limiting the effectiveness of surgery is the recurrence of tracheasis following surgery, which can be as high as 40 to 60%. Then bilamellar tarsal rotation was found to the lowest TG recurrence rate and was therefore endorsed by the WHO. So in this you will see currently 2 antibiotics are recommended for the control of trachoma. So which 2 antibiotic we will use for controlling the trachoma? First is the tetracycline eye ointment, and second one is the oral azithromycin. Then tetracycline can clear the ocular infection is if administered twice daily for 42 days. So it will be given for to treat the infection, but is ineffective in clearly extraocular reservoir. The compliance is poor for this drug. Then oral azithromycin is well tolerated and has the advantages of good compliances. The dose is 20 mg per kg for children and 1 gram for adult. So it will be more than 18 years. The drug not only clear the ocular infection but also act on the extraocular reservoir. Means it will be not only clear the infection but it will be also used for the ocular reservoir. Then azithromycin is not used in infant under the age of 6 months. So this azithromycin we will not use in the patient who are means infant or 6 month less than under the age of 6 months. The WHO currently recommended that 6-week course of topical tetracycline be used for infants under 6 months. Then currently 12 trachoma endemic countries are receiving azithromycin as part of um, philanthropic donation from the manufacturers. So these are the treatment, or these are the antibiotics. So basically we will use two antibiotics. So first is the 1% tetracycline, which is used for the eye ointment, and second one is the azithromycin. But the azithromycin which will be not used for the infants, which will be under the infants and under the age of the 6 month. There are no longer term data to guide programs as to how long mass antibiotic treatment should be given, and this remains a difficult area that require further research. The current recommendation from the WHO is that 3 annual rounds of mass treatment should initially be given. After this, the community should be reassessed, means the cause or the risk factor which will be not maintaining the proper hygiene, or if the person is not maintaining their environmental sanitation. So in that for this the community should be reassessed to see whether the prevalence of active disease has dropped sufficiently to discontinue the treatment. So these all are about my topic, that is trachoma. So it is basically, it is an infectious disease which will be occur in the recurrent episode of conjunctiva or chronic conjunctivitis, and it will be occur because of when the person is not maintaining the proper hygiene or not maintaining the sanitation, and if the socio-economic status which will be decreased. And how it will be maintained? It will be maintained by the surgery, and the second one is the we have to maintain the means we have to give the antibiotics. In antibiotics we will give the 2 antibiotics, and the third one is that we have to maintain the proper cleanliness, hand hygiene. The next one is that we have to also maintaining the environmental sanitation or environmental area. So thank you everyone.